I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Evening, everyone. First call of duty is for the organization of the board, 1.1. Do you have any motions?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Jeff Martin as president of the board.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I'd like to make a motion for Beth Stevenson to be vice president for this coming school year.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. Congratulations, I think.
You lucky folks, you.
Section 2. I move that we approve the agenda and consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? 3.1. Anybody?
No.
All right. 3.2. Hall, Miller, McPherson. Pat, you're up.
Okay, start with the building. Final inspections have been ongoing the past month with the city inspectors and the Lansing Fire Department. A few small items have popped up. We've had to move some sprinkler heads. We've had to add some GFI receptacles, some exit lights. Nothing major, nothing earth-shattering by any means. We're working through all these items with the city, getting pretty close to getting everything done that they want done. It's a little different than what was originally installed. Talking with the city last Friday, they will be back on site this Wednesday to check off any remaining items. And they plan to issue a certificate of occupancy for all areas except the auditorium and the pool this week. And what that means is if you wanted to, you could occupy those areas. They're given their blessing that the life safety systems are up, everything's functioning. They've been testing, like I said, for over a month. So that's what that means. Now the auditorium and pool, what's left in there? The auditorium, we should complete the tension grid system and curtain tracks this week. The decorative wood paneling that goes in there that's very long lead time was delivered today, and the auditorium seats will be delivered next week. There is work to be complete in that area still, and I've discussed that area with Dr. Bagby last Friday. We understand what the district's needs are for that space, and we have a plan in place to meet those needs, so we'll get there. But there's still some work to be done in the auditorium. We'll see that on the tour. The pool's very close to being complete. We've got to finish the handrail on the upper deck. The reason the city's holding off in that area is the equipment, the HVAC equipment has to be started up before they can sign off. To do that, the pool has to be filled so the humidity levels are what they're going to be ultimately. The plan is to fill the pool Wednesday and start the HVAC equipment by the end of this week. Hopefully they get the city back out next week to go through the pool area, get through all the inspections in there, and they can grant occupancy for that area. We are still wrapping up some finished work in the commons area, still working on some display cases, wood trim, final floor polishing, final cleaning. Should finish most of that stuff up in the commons and the Lions Walk area within the next week and a half. So we've also started owner training with Mike Williams and his group on HVAC systems, plumbing, electrical systems. We've got more training scheduled for the next couple of weeks. Site work. Site work has been slow this month due to rain. But we're topping asphalt again. We hope to complete topping of asphalt, roads and parking lots later this week. The track, that's pretty much the last thing to be done for the football stadium. We proof rolled that track 3 different times, ready for asphalt. It rains every time. Got it scheduled to proof roll again Wednesday, and we've got asphalt scheduled for Monday. If we can just get the first base course down, even if it rained, we'd be okay. But, dewatering is going to come since it's so flat, but we'll get it. Sidewalks are complete around the building. Site concrete crews working to complete the sidewalks in the courtyard. They've started. The rest of this week, probably part of next week, we've got to be able to get the site concrete in the courtyard done, and then we can start the landscaping work from there. Landscaping has continued. It's been slow due to the rain, but we've been able to keep planting trees and shrubs, and we started sod last week. We put the sod down in the practice band field first, so that could be ready and established to be marched on by the time they're ready to start. Now we're starting to sod around the building. Irrigation systems are live, so we can keep water on it. What else? Bottom line, there's work to be complete, but the ends in sight. I feel like we're going to wrap things up. A lot of things are going to wrap up completely in the next 2 weeks. I think everything's going to come together for school year starts. So.
How soon can the teachers get in and start doing their little things in their room?
That's not up to me. That's not up to me, but if we get the CO this week, then technically after that, but I know there's a lot of moving, and Mike's been moving stuff, and furniture's getting installed from the city. Other questions? I don't have too many pictures tonight, because I assume most of you are going to be at the
Yes.
tour tomorrow, so
Yes.
but this is the main entrance, and this is where I think we're going to park tomorrow. This is from this morning. They're topping this asphalt, so this would you'd enter where the light is, the traffic light tomorrow, and then just park around the circle entrance and we'll go in the main doors.
That wet asphalt makes good undercoating for, no, I'm just,
Yeah.
he said they poured it today, but it should be set up
Yeah.
by
Okay.
tomorrow.
So go back real quick and so these dirt areas, we worked this weekend all the rain. We had 5.5 inches of rain on that site last week. Made a real mess, and it was all topsoil, ready for sod, graded. So they got it slicked back up, and they're actually putting sod along the north side of the gym tonight. So those areas are ready. This is inside the courtyard. This was last week. Got this sidewalk poured last week, despite the rain. So got some more sidewalks to go. This is the band field. Sod going down on the band field. The stuff on the right, obviously a little transplant shock, but should come out of it. It's all down on the band field.
And if you guys remember, there's an irrigation pond on site, and so all that sod does have irrigation to it, so we're not have to worry about it dying once we put it down. It's 100 degrees this week. And because of all the rain, the irrigation pond is full and overflowing, so we've got some water to use.
This photo is looking down the Lions Walk. This is kind of one of the last areas where completing finishes in the main commons area.
This is the area between the gym. The gym would be on the right side of the picture, and the auditorium's on the left. All the student parking is down at the glass doors that you can see. It's kind of what connects the student parking into the main part of the building.
The red display cases, close to completion, still need glass shelves and glass doors. So. This is a photo of the east side of the auditorium on the upper level. These are the Rulon wall panels. A few more shots of those. Jump in. Another photo of the Rulon on a radius wall turned out really nice. And this is a view of the Commons area. The picture I showed a little bit ago is up here, looking down this wall. So, terrazzo stair treads are in. Trying to get everybody out of this area. It seems to be the storage area for everybody's trade. They've kept it clean and organized. Finishing, the concrete's been polished. They have to furnish it in this area. Working on that this week, more polished concrete.
So down on the bottom is where all the students will eat. The dark corner on the very bottom is kind of leads you into the scramble area where the kids would go get food. The box up on the top left is the large group instruction. That meeting room we talked about hold about 100, and the auditorium's on the north, the top side of the page, and then the main office is right on the right side of that page. So if Mona or Steve or Ms. Sorrell walk out of that front office, this is their view to look down onto the Commons.
And you'll see along the white panel there where video screens are going to be installed. And once you get into this part of school, video screens are going to be somewhat ubiquitous throughout the building. It'll be everywhere you turn. You'll have electronic media available. And pretty much everywhere you turn, you'll find outlets.
This is just a photo outside the, it's to the east of the music and vocal areas, and all the instrument storage lockers. Pool, cleaning crews working on cleaning. There's a lot of cleaning to get the pool, to clean all the gutters out, clean them. So the graphic is up there. That's actually Tectum sound panels that the graphic is on. Young's did a nice job on that.
Is that a piece of sculpture there in the corner? What is that?
Oh, no,
That's a
that's
lift.
kind of scissor lift.
He's working on the lights up at the top of the
Well, it looks very artistic.
We could leave it there. Yeah.
It's the high dive platform.
Yeah.
That's a shallow end, John.
They gotta be good.
That might be a problem.
Okay, so this is the auditorium. This is the, you heard me talk about the tension grid. That's what you see going on up here. They're working to finish that up this week. All these areas here and over here where you see studs and backing, that is where the wood wall panels will go. And there's a lot. You'll see in the space tomorrow. So, this is a photo of the learning stair. They're finishing up all the wood treads and risers. It's all maple, just like the gym. You can see a lot of rough in for lights coming down those across the face.
And outlets, this is kind of that learning stair right in the middle of the heart of the academic space, so you can easily just do an informal presentation, or it kind of answers the question, if we don't have lockers, where can we go hang out? This is kind of that space that you can curl up in the corner, you can plug your iPad in, or whatever kind of media you have, curl up in the corner and read. You can turn around and use it as your shelf. It's kind of a large lounging stair, but they can also seat, there's a presentation wall, and they can seat about 100 to 125 and do presentations out here in the middle of this space.
This is our crew of inspectors. Found that photo, so we've got 3 folks from the fire department and 2 with the city of Lansing. And this group spent a lot of time in this building. Not much has got past them. They picked up on everything, so which is good. This is in the
Guidance office.
Guidance office. Counselor, just furniture company.
Ooh, pretty.
Photos and graphics. And lots of graphics in this building. Some more graphics on the top of the scramble area.
This is in the scramble, the kitchen where the kids will go to get their food. So there's a 90-foot long banner that goes around the top, and it's got images from the president, from historical stuff. There's pictures of old schools. I think Mr. Barnes is up there at some point teaching. There's an athletic team, a basketball team, I think from the 40s maybe, I'm guessing. There's also, a picture of a swimmer, and everything's posterized, so it's not like you can tell exactly who everybody is, which is really nice. So it's kind of a historic representation of all of Lansing, kind of along a ticker tape along the top.
That's it. Any other questions?
Just a reminder, you can go in the main gate tomorrow night, and that little circle drive, there's parking there. The asphalt should be set up, and we're at 5:30.
5:30.
So-
Hard hats are not required tomorrow?
No, you don't.
I would think so.
It'll be, it'll still be hot tomorrow,
Yeah.
but it'll be nice inside the building.
It's nice and cool.
Just a couple other updates on the school. Furniture is coming in hot and heavy. You've never seen so many cardboard boxes in your life. There are chairs, tables, and desks everywhere throughout, so it's actually starting to really look like classrooms and everything with the furniture in there. So Abby's been furiously working with everybody trying to get all that organized and balanced as Mike and his crew are starting to move teacher items over. Actually, middle school stuff, I know it's so fun to talk about the high school coming in. Middle school stuff is really starting to roll in now. We're starting to get shops in, and I know Pat and his team have a mobilization schedule where they're looking to start moving over and moving machinery over so we can get started on that. What else? We have a date set for the ribbon cutting.
And you'll see fence going up over here really soon. It'll start blocking off the construction, but it leaves the auditorium accessible, both doors, the north and the west. Because if you tried to block one of those doors, people might use that as an exit and go right out into the construction area. So that fence will go around, and then it'll end before the baseball diamond. So it should be very secure. There's more people over here to help us monitor, so we don't have those runaway guys like Pat had a couple of months ago out here and hiding things, weren't they, Pat?
Doing what?
Weren't they hiding things over there when the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you read that in the paper, but yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that was interesting.
that fence will go up. We still plan to use the auditorium. And so you may get that question. That's kind of why I wanted to bring it up. We're still planning on trying to accommodate everything that we've always done with the auditorium. The big downside will be parking. 'Cause we're going to lose all of this parking over here. So they'll have all in front of the football field. They'll have the other side of the football field, and then around by the weight room and some area over there. So we should be okay. We have to kind of patch it up for a year. Sorry, Megan.
So we're looking at next, that to be blocked for a school year and then open up next April, or August.
Yes.
There, okay.
I already told Pat that asphalt out there is brand spanking new.
Yeah.
And that's what it should look like.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Claudia, I didn't mean to.
That's okay. You're just going to go straight from one to the other, right? No break in between?
As far as construction starting, pretty much just...
No, yeah, as far as I know, fence is supposed to go up at the end of this week over here.
Okay.
And then actually one of our two superintendents from over here is gonna come start the middle school. And then we'll be one superintendent, finish the high school, and then take care of it. When you move in, there's gonna be an outlet that probably doesn't work, or, something. Somebody's gonna be too cold or too hot, so somebody's gonna be kind of bird dogging those types of things for as long as we need to.
As part of the process, speaking about too hot and too cold, the district, part of the contract was to hire somebody for commissioning. And commissioning is they go through and test all of everything to make sure everything's working and make sure it's working properly. So it's not just flip the switch and the air conditioner comes on. They actually go through the building and test it and put it through some cycles and test all the registers for commissioning. So the whole idea of commissioning is it's really going to give your state-of-the-art engine a good test run and really figure out and try to troubleshoot before you guys get in the building. There surely will be something, but this is supposed to take care of a lot of those issues. And so currently commissioning is going on. As Pat said, they're filling the pool on the 15th. So that's a pretty exciting day to see all that water go in there. I know a lot of people are really excited about that. So. Thank you.
Thanks, Meg. Four point 1, application and certificate for payment. They're still big. Still some large numbers. Move that we approve the application and certificate for payment as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? 4.2, date for the budget hearing. That's set for...
We're still not really sure what the formulas are going to look like. It was appealed, but we're waiting on the results of the appeal and so forth. So everything's still as kind of as planned last month. We do have meetings this week to talk about preparing the budget. We thought it important to go ahead and put the budget hearing as we always do, because by law we have to advertise that Code 99 in the newspaper not less than 10 days before the budget hearing. And then, so if everything goes as I think it will, it'll be rather seamless in terms of this process, but the budget may look quite a bit different than it has in years past with block grants and those sorts of things. So, but we do need to advertise and put it down. We normally do the budget hearing at the beginning of the regular board meeting and approve the budget at that time. I don't know of any big surprises at this point. I'm hoping that that it's as they said, and we get at least what we got this year. That'll help us tremendously. I'm pretty sure that in the future it will go back to being based on weightings, but I can't speak for the Supreme Court, and I'd love to tell you that it's going to, they're going to put equity back into it, but we'll have to wait and see on that. So with that, I recommend. Oh, any questions?
All right, is it, so you're just definitely doing the block grant piece versus the
So far.
previous, so far, okay.
Yeah.
That's the guidance.
But I have to do.
You have to, don't
I mean, that's the guidance.
Yeah,
given.
I have to do this piece either way, because we still have to have a budget hearing by statute. And if this were to change, if, let's say everything blew up and nothing's as planned, then we'll be contacting board members for a special board meeting to do different things. So, budgeting, school finance isn't as fun as I've told you the last 12 years, because it all changed, but we'll try to make it fun again. So.
Well, I move that we set the hearing for the budget on August 10th, 2015 at 7 p.m. for the next school board meeting.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Will it be the regular time for the board meeting, or will we meet an hour early?
The regular
Regular
time at 7.
All right. Section 5, a lot of reading. That was nice.
It's recreational.
It is. I move that we approve the 2015-2016 handbooks as presented. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? 5.2. We had a donation from Cardiac Science. That was nice. I move that we accept the Cardiac Science AED with pads encased valued at $2,500 from Revere Healthcare Solutions Incorporated.
Second.
With new board members and so forth, I'm going to start reiterating things that you've all heard me, but for all donations, all gifts have to be approved by the school board. So in a month, when somebody hands me $1 million to help out with that budget, you guys will have to approve it. And so you're going to see through the year, you're going to see $50 here, $100 there. We put them all on the agenda, and then we always try to follow up and say thank you after the board approves it.
So wait a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Participation fees.
A little bit of, the last couple of years, we've been subsidizing a lot of the gates and so forth by to the tune of about $40,000+ per year. So we did a little research, and we found some of our neighbors to be at 50, which is still reasonable. We tried to hang on to this $25 at the high school for a long time, but it just keeps becoming more and more inadequate in terms of covering the costs. These fees pay for officials and some of the other things that they have expenses with. We thought this was a better option than raising gate money, because we like to encourage people to come to the games and so forth. So with that, and this is real close to our neighbors, Tongi and so forth, going from $25 to $50 with the high school, and from $15 to $30 at the middle school.
Is there opportunities for scholarships for this? Just
We
in
do.
case?
If we have, we'll use it like the same criteria for free and reduced. Those kinds of things, we help the families out that need it. And if they can't afford it, then we find other ways to cover it.
We'll make sure that doesn't prohibit somebody from participating.
Yeah.
Well, I move that we approve the 2015-2016 student participation fees for the high school from 25 to 50 and the middle school from 15 to 30.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Looks like the summary reports for the school.
I'm only laughing because I approve it, but I'm just saying, I just laughed.
Yeah.
I pay those.
I know.
Yeah, and this time it's going to hurt.
And it's gonna hurt, because I got two that are gonna be playing football and basketball. Yeah, so but I know
I hope we're letting the parents know far enough in advance that they can plan ahead. Of course, everybody nowadays uses charge cards anyway, but it's a bite.
5.4, the summer school reports. That looked like some good
We had them
progress there.
attached. Good success, good participation, and I think it's a very worthwhile thing that we do, even when the money's tight. And I hope to be able to continue that.
I hear a lot of your comments from parents on it. We really appreciate it.
Well, it looked like those that took advantage of it, reaped the benefits
Yeah.
of doing it versus those who might have missed some time in there, so.
It's sometimes some people were telling me it didn't look like school closed this year, between 100+ kids participating in the workouts, had 70+ kids through the guidance center at intermediate, and then our 2 summer school programs, and then the LEAP program. We've been open for business, I think, all summer, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, there wasn't too many. How many minutes?
I don't need too much, maybe 20, so we'll talk about
All right. 6.1, I move that we move to executive session to discuss non-elected personnel matters to protect the privacy interests of individuals to be discussed for 20 minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? No, I ran. Move that we approve the resignations of Blake Hodges, special ed high school interrelated teacher, Bob Parsons, high school computer application, Chad Minking, special ed middle school interrelated teacher, and Karen Williamson, special ed New Beginnings interrelated teacher.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? 6.3, I move that we approve Hildy Huron as a high school interrelated teacher and Jessica Wilkins as a middle school interrelated teacher.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? 6.4, I move that we approve the supplemental positions as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? 6.5, I move that we approve the 2015-2016 out-of-district students as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? All right, 6.6, verbiage on that, just to ratify it. I move that we ratify the 2015-2016 negotiated agreement with a, is it 3% increase, average as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? And 6.7, I move that we approve the 2015-2016 classified and administrative salaries with 3% average as presented.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? All right, 8.1. I move that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Oh, 1 second. Before we get the second.
Well, I wanted to make sure the newspaper got, we're planning the ribbon cutting ceremony August 6th. That's from 6 p.m. to
Sorry, what day?
August 6th, 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. And this is a draft agenda, so if you have comments or things you would like to see, or, you know, whatever it could be, the only thing that's kind of not reflected here is that I'm going to run a school bus about every 30 minutes so that everybody coming out to visit can see all the grounds.
Oh.
And we'll take them out and maybe stop at Tailgate Road and cook some, and let them, you know, so we'll do about 30 minutes and we'll just keep running that during the 2 hours, because touring the building will take you an hour plus. It's probably hour 20 to be safe. If they need a tour to see the new football field and the base and this and that, there's about 30 minutes. So what we're going to do is encourage people to go, try to get them to split. Some of them will go the outside tour, some of them will go on the inside tours, and then we're going to have 20 students from the leadership class helping to give those tours, which will be kind of neat. Anytime you can get the students involved, the better. And then Joseph Lazinski, who spoke at the groundbreaking, if those of you that remember, we're going to get him to come back again and then speak at the ribbon cutting along with Jeff. And so, and then the other last piece is any board member that would like to speak other than Jeff, he's on there anyway, is welcome to speak. So Debbie, start writing that speech. So
Got it.
Don't copyright it because I need it.
lots of VIP will receive individual invitations, you know, the city council, the mayor and so forth, Chamber of Commerce, lots of people if we can get them all identified. But the public in general, we're hoping that they'll see the newspaper. We're going to keep talking about it and put it on Skyward, do a shootout on Skyward. So it should be a fun event. And if it isn't, Meg Warner's the one that, no, I'm just
And watch the weather this time. We have a nice day for it.
Not wash my car that day then?
Yeah, don't wash your car that day. I won't either.
sorry, Jeff.
No, you're good. So 8.1, I had a motion, second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? See everybody tomorrow.
Yes, looking forward to it.